Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where this front is a little awkward. We've been kind of going back and forth here. It depends on whether we're paying attention and nuking it or not. But we're also attempting to invade Nigeria as well as attempting to invade Madagascar. We're also working on pushing up Central America here, but this is going to take a while. And we're pretty short on manpower as well. So we may want to start thinking about dropping some of our air wings that are over here, like this one. I think this air wing is currently entirely unnecessary, and we'll do that and just save ourselves 20,000 manpower. Let's see. This air wing may as well be protecting... I mean, a lot of these are completely unnecessary now. They have no real way to get over here. Each one of these air wings is like 2,000 people. This one's going to be 4,000. I think we no longer need these. This will free us up a decent chunk of manpower. And this manpower will be immediately put to use in going into the front lines. Okay. So we'll get rid of a bunch of these. There's just no contest over here at this point. So this is absolutely fine. We'll get rid of these. And these. Magnificent. These guys as well. Perfect. So we've already gained over a month's worth, or almost a month's worth right now, of our manpower. That's wonderful. And we're going to continue going for a little bit here. We are going to want to put more focus in our Chinese air war, or rather just our kind of generally Asian air war. That's a very, very wide front over there. It's not just China, that's for sure. We've also got 1,000 planes here that do not need to be here. 100,000 gone. Like, that's 100,000 manpower, just like that. I love it. 110. And what else do we have over here? We've got Asia Minor, which has planes from where exactly? This might be Allied planes giving us air cover here. These guys, they're no longer necessary. Get rid of them. No longer necessary here. Wonderful. So yeah, this is basically 2 months worth of manpower growth that is being put into... Ooh, I think these guys are attached to an army. Yeah, they're attached to an army, as are these over here. But these guys aren't. Excellent. I feel like we should still have our air wings over here, largely as they are. I mean, they've backed off of here, for sure. We can afford to get rid of some of these. Specifically, like this air wing. Yeah, this air wing we can get rid of. There's another 20,000. This air wing, I think we can afford to get rid of too. 156,000. This air wing can't really reach anything super useful. We need some still over this, to be sure, but I don't think that's all that necessary. These guys, I don't think we need them over the Caribbean right now. I mean, I might regret that, but I'm valuing the manpower going into these armies over here more currently. So this is a lot of manpower that we're gaining. These guys can go as well. I'm going to leave the 100. Wait a second. These are jet fighters. This is going to be a lot. Okay. The jet fighters, though, we may actually want to move them. This is 1,000. We may want to move them up over a little closer over here. Like, move them here. That's not really as close as I would have liked. Okay. This airbase isn't very big. We could move them there. That's better. Ideally, I'd like to have them over here. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll put them here. This does overcap this base a little bit. We're going to put them over Central America now. Okay. So all this manpower will immediately go away, I expect. Like, we're wildly short on manpower right now. How short are we? If we go into our recruit and deploy over here, we can see we are about 2.2 million manpower in the hole right now. So this is like 10% of our deficit. Okay. That's not awful, I suppose. 10% of our deficit should be pretty impactful. How are we doing with resistance over here? Man. It's all those independents promised. I don't think I did that. This may be a bug, but we'll probably have to repeatedly deal with these guys. Because even with brutal suppression over here, the resistance target is 95%. That's nutty. And we're rooting out resistance over here, remember. I don't know that there's much else we can do. It's just the fact that there's all those independence promised. That's all there is to it. Also, keep in mind we're on resistance suppression. So there's that too. Minus 5% from that resistance target. All of that put together just barely stops it from getting to 100%. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Now, we're not really having that major of issues over this way now. And our operative over in France could actually be pulled over this way. And I think we're going to do that. Where is... From Aleppo. And... From Deir ez-Zor. Okay. Gotcha. So it's coming from these locations. This guy is already here. So we can pull this lady off over this direction. And we can have her sit, like, here. And she can... Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. We can have her sit over here. And she'll be able to reach most of this from here. Okay. So that's 97% resistance target. Now it's down to 91 over here. So that's nice. And 91 here as well. We need this compliance to grow. But that ain't happening. Occupied is in exile, brutal oppression. Yeah, fair enough, but it kind of has to happen. Hopefully with time, that will get a little bit fixed. But we'll see. I'm going to move these guys off of aggressive back to balanced. There we go. And we've got this unit here. Oh, what's going on here? Bit of a hiccup there. Hopefully that wasn't a rebellion. But we're going to move these guys over into our Asian war. We need help over here, and a lot of it. To that end, we're going to see about doing any nuking. We can't nuke over this way, but that's expected. We can nuke over here, and so we shall. We're just trying to keep their lines relatively thin at this point, is what we're doing. Lots of them over here. We expect that. They've been piling into this region repeatedly. That's fine. They can do that. We're going to continue to nuke them. Excellent. Don't really need to nuke over here, but here's fine. And we'll just continue to cause a bunch of disruption to them. Perfect. Is this guy on aggressive? Is that why he's losing so many units? We should check that. Okay, we can start nuking again up here maybe, but no, we can't. Okay. He is on balanced. I'm going to back him off to cautious. Okay. How are we doing on this naval invasion plan? 50 days on that. Sure. We do have additional troops over here, and they're going to head on over to the Asian front. And all those troops are immediately gone. We're not surprised by this in the slightest. How's our air war going over here? Yeah, I'm not shocked by that, in all honesty. If we can take these 2 air bases here, that would be a huge deal for us. That's kind of what needs to happen here, is we need to take those air bases. To that end, I'm going to delete all orders here, and we're going to place a front line here, and our offensive line is going to simply be here. Okay. Now, I don't necessarily expect that we can dislodge these guys with much ease at all. We also have these 2 unassigned divisions. They absolutely head over and reinforce in Asia. Excellent. Asia needs all the help it can get, which means another round of nukes. Let's do it. At the very least, these nukes are destroying a lot of their equipment. And keep in mind that we have so many of the resources that they must be pretty short on keeping up with us on equipment manufacturing. Even if they're able to beat us in manpower generation, which I really do believe that they can. They almost certainly can beat us in manpower generation. They can't effectively arm those men if we continue nuking. Nobody over here right now. Interesting. We're currently moving in? Surprisingly, no. Let's move in. Okay. Continue the nukes. Fantastic. We have burned through a lot of nukes recently. That's not surprising. Just checking these other air zones. Okay. That's all we got for now. Guy's just chilling there. Okay. Yeah, he should be. That's correct. Excellent. We just need to take these couple of locations over here. Ah. Syria rebelled. Okay. We're not surprised by this. But it is sad. All those promises of independence, though, where do they come from and how do we get rid of them? That's my question. So we're going to get in here, and we shouldn't have too big of a problem dealing with Syria again. They're democratic, and they immediately join the American Union. Which I must admit to not being a big fan of. But we're going to immediately begin our invasions here. Well, maybe. Just kind of moving around right now. There we go. Now we're beginning our invasions. Kind of. We do have this unit over here. It should absolutely come reinforce on the Asian front. We need to free up additional units like these over here. These 2 units would be fantastic to put on this front. But unfortunately, right now, that's not really an option because we need to finish off these areas. We should, in theory, be seeing these guys falling pretty quick. I'm going to move these guys into here. There we go. We just have these 6 divisions working on it. Okay. So some of these locations may be held by the Iraqi Republic, which might mean that we want to annex that. We could annex Brazilian Spain. I'm not currently interested in that. Because it's more efficient manpower-wise to not do that. You can head on up over here. Okay. And they're very likely to capitulate here. Yeah, there goes Lebanon. But Syria will capitulate shortly as well. They never had any troops. So that's the thing. Excellent. So this is under control. I don't think this is a problem. This is their last VP here. There we go. So all of these guys will be assigned back into the Arabian Coast Guard. There we go. And of course, we're going to immediately come in here. And we're going to brutally oppress them. Actually, hang on. I want to take a look. They're already at 2% resistance. Resistance target 100% capped from 220% because of all those independents promised. Where does that come from? And yeah, this is all held by us. Maybe if we were to form a collaboration government over here, this would fix it. So, Syria. Can we just release them as a collaboration government? We might be able to do that over here. Let's see. German Reich, Morocco, East Germany, Greater Hungary. Oman. Anything in here in this region? It's all paramilitary training. Republic of Tunisia. Suriname, Indies. I didn't see anything over here. So, in theory, what can we do here? I want to release them as a puppet, since that, I think, is what we need to do. So maybe we can do that with Lebanon. I'd like to create a puppet out of this occupied state. That might be something we have to do in the peace deal, though. You know, I bet it is something that we'd have to do in the peace deal. In which case, the only thing that we can do is attempt to brutally suppress them as much as possible. And just try to slow it down. And know that this is just going to keep happening. I think that's our only real option here. And then put our operatives to work here, here, and here. Like that. Okay, so we need the garrison fulfillment, obviously. That'll get there. Capped from 212%. Yeah. It's all those independents promised, and I don't know what we can possibly do about that. I don't think that we can really do too much. We're going to send this tank unit over to Asia, naturally. And we're just continuing to fight a bit over here. This is fine. For now. Eventually, I think these two will probably come back over here and start pushing their way up. But I am interested in continuing to nuke over here. Work on their advantages a bit. I wish there was a nuke hotkey so that I didn't have to click on the button every time. I mean, it's funny that there's a dedicated button for it. There's no doubt about that. But I do wish there was a dedicated hotkey for it. That would be awful convenient. But for right now, we're just going to continue to do this number. They're continuing to try to push us back, and they are doing some succeeding there. But we have definitely slowed their advance on this front to a crawl. And I'm very happy about that one. There we go. Can we do any nuking up on this front? Yes, we can. Excellent. There we go. And we will grab these and continue to push our way in. Okay, and then no nuking over here due to air zones. Yep. Sounds fine. For now. These guys are just kind of chilling over here, and we're keeping them busy rather than having these guys on the front line. I think that's worthwhile, since they have more units than we do there. I would really like to figure out how to release these guys, but I don't think we can do that until the peace deal happens. I really don't. I don't see it in here. There's Oman, Arabic Empire paramilitary training. Sure. What exactly does paramilitary training do? I should figure that out. Not very relevant. Okay. Sounds good. Yep, that's all something. I guess we can go ahead and create these sections. No point in not doing it now. Okay. Sounds good. So nuking over there is ongoing. As far as this invasion goes, that should be done fairly soon, right? Yeah, 6 days there, and then 40 on the invasion of Madagascar. So let's go ahead and move our navy over to support this. And we'll even swap them over to naval invasion support. Okay. So we're going to launch this in a moment here. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to do a little bit more nukage over here. Not bothering to pause it, just tossing a few nukes here and there. In fact, we should really prioritize nuking right here. This is where the danger point is. They have a big unit concentration here. So we'll just do that. And these guys should be embarking fairly soon. Yep. Now, in fact. Wait, what? What is going on here? Okay. I guess there's a lot of things moving around. Sure. We're going to head on in. And hopefully we'll actually take Lagos this time. That would sure be nice. We do have the naval invasion support here, although they're not necessarily the best at that. There's subs attempting to disrupt us, which isn't helpful. And yeah, we're not succeeding in this. These subs are jerks. Just saying. Australia. Okay. That doesn't surprise me, although it's currently undecided. Losing, undecided, losing. It's close. But it's not quite what we needed. And I think it's because of the subs. The subs are being total jerks. We're just going to back off. And we'll reassign to this once we arrive. We'll resupply a bit here. Okay, guys, get there. There you go. We'll assign to this, but I'm going to tell him to stop it for now. Don't go ahead and run that. I want to allow our troops to regenerate a little bit. Okay. Everything is looking good up over here. We're not having any more issues yet. I mean, Syria is going to continue to rebel. I think there's no real way around that. All that independence promised nonsense. Just repeated in there. I do feel like that's a bug and that it shouldn't be that much. But I don't know. Maybe I accidentally promised them a bunch of independence. Who can tell? I think we're okay to go ahead and launch this now again. And let's see if the subs are still there. Hopefully not. Let's head on in and see if we can get this time. This one unit here is really holding us off. And apparently... Oh, yeah, these guys are just unassigning from it. That's fine. Okay, we're going to let them sit for a bit longer this time. I think that'll be fine. These guys are just holding here. And do we have defenses here? Yes, we do. Okay. Just double checking that. Fantastic. How long on our invasion of Madagascar? About another 20 days. Okay. I think we should go through and get another line of nukes over here, although we don't have air superiority over here at this time. We can nuke them here, and I'm very okay with this. Fantastic. And we'll just continue to do so. We have taken territory from them, and that's huge. The nukes are not helping their defense, or their offense, for that matter. They're, not doing so well when those start falling. But after they fall, they recover, and they start pushing us back. That's basically what we've got going on here in Asia right now until we free up additional troops. That's just the way it is. Okay, looks like that's it for now. Sounds good. And I'd like to relaunch these guys right now. Go. Hopefully one of these will succeed. That would be nice. And there are subs over here. Yeah, convoy intercepted. However, we have 1 billion destroyers over here, I think. These are mostly destroyers? Actually, we have 0 destroyers. We have heavy cruisers and battleships. That's not great. Okay, we need these subs gone. So we need destroyers over here. There's no doubt about it. I think this task force is destroyers. Yes. Get up here. How many regions? Okay. There we go. Just get up to the Gulf of Guinea for now. That'll be fine. Okay, are we moving again? We're moving again. The subs appear to have disengaged. So let's just see how this goes. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that in a moment. But I want to see how this goes. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And let's see what's going on here. Oh, we're paused. It would help if we weren't. There we go. And the subs are back. Our destroyers should be there pretty soon, though. Right? In theory? They're still moving to assigned region. Okay. They're a ways away. The subs are being absolute jerks, but we will deal with them next episode. See you all then.